Hello there. As you guys can see, I have a lot of manga, roughly between 1500 and 1600. I don't know the exact number because I have counted the last time since last year. And since then I bought and sold off a lot of stuff. In this episode I'm going to tell you how to build such a collection and how to maintain it. But before we start, I will say the following. That this example is just my just my opinion and the way how I do it. So it's not inherently objectively correct. It's just the way I think, and it's best from how it's best for my case. I'm also collecting since summer of 2021. So something like this does not get built over a night or just in a few weeks. Collecting anything is a marathon, not a sprint. That's important. Chapter 1: Defining your taste in making informed purchases. The first important point that I want to tackle is defining your taste in making informed purchases. Before I tell you tips on how to define your taste, I want to talk about why it is important. When you know what you like and dislike, you can make informed purchases and buy a series that are suited towards your taste. Because your goal should be to pick up series that you like and will continue to read. But why is this important? When you pick up a series that you don't like, you have basically wasted time and money on something that you don't enjoy, and I would consider money, and especially time, to be quite a valuable resource. So, how to define your manga taste? First and foremost, you have to rely on trial and error in the beginning, because you need to pick up the series, consume them, and read them, and then see if you like said series. If you want to be safe and don't want to spend money, you can watch the first episodes of an anime, then continue reading the manga, or you can read the first chapter online on certain apps like Manga Plus. You can also reflect on your preferences from other media, like movie or games, and buy/read according to that. For example, if you are a huge Harry Potter fan, which I tell you might be something for you, or if you like the vibe from Lord of the Rings, the traveling with the music, the fear in anime or manga might be your thing. Another way to find a series that you potentially like is going to your local bookstore and flipping through pages or checking out the covers. There you can at least check out if you vibe with the character design and the art style. Sometimes looking at a beautiful cover/edition is enough that you buy the series. In general, you should buy your manga in bookstores because support your locals. You can look out for recommendations online because you can check out certain creators, and if they like series A, B, C, D, then the series X they recommend might be something for you because you also like the series A, B, C, and D. But be careful. Do not trust people blindly because parasocial connections are a thing and they are bad. So, now you have defined your taste. But your taste shouldn't be set in stone. Always be open and try new things. Maybe your favorite series will be right around the corner in the genre you haven't considered. Now, you know your taste. Can you make an informed purchase? Close, but no cigar, unfortunately. If you find a series that you want to buy, there are a few things that you should check first. You need to check how many volumes the series has and if it's fit your budget. Like if you want to spend $20 a month on manga, then something like One Piece is not ideal for you. Let's say One Piece would still cost 9 euros and 99 cents. Then you could only buy 2 volumes a month, and One Piece has over 100 volumes. So well, you would have kids before you finished collecting One Piece, if you start as a young adult around 20 years old collecting. Even if you spend $50 a month on manga, you could only buy 5 volumes, and it will still take a lot of time and resources to collect One Piece. Another thing that you need to check is the availability of said series, because when it's an older release, some volumes may be out of print. Like, if half of a series is available in Norway's like buying online in local bookstores, and you have to hunt the rest on eBay, For exorbitant prices, like when a volume costs $10 and it's for $50 on eBay, then you just should read the series online because it's way too expensive. One last thing to check out for bilingual persons. For me, for example, I can at least read fluently in English and in German. Speaking and writing, as you hear, is maybe a different topic because I rarely have to write or speak in English in my day to day life. But because I can read both languages, I can choose the edition I want to buy. If a certain series is available in both languages, then I can buy the better edition. For example, if the English edition has a nice hardcover, the German edition is just a standard paperback. Hardcover it is. And with all of that, you can finally make an informed purchase. So, in the end, what is important? To know your taste, inform yourself about what you want to buy, and make the best purchase possible. Chapter 2: How to budget. Now that you know how to make an informed purchase, we need to talk about how you to get the money for that purchase. I talked about one way already in the previous segment, concept of budgeting. But before you can budget, you need to acquire money. So how to get money? Well, if you're not lucky and have rich parents, then you need to work. For example, getting a part-time job or a mini job. If you are not old enough for that, you can make a deal with your parents and ask if you can get a bit of money for doing certain chores around the house. From the money that you earn through various ways, you can put a part towards the side and then spend it on your hobby. Another way to save and acquire money is to reduce some of your current costs. For example, when I started collecting manga, I was simultaneously smoking, and that quite a lot. At some point, it was too expensive to collect manga at my pace and smoke as much as I did. I did spend around 30 euros a week on cigarettes. So I performed the biggest flex in my life, and in the span of one day, I switched from being a chain smoker towards being a non smoker. The 40 euros per week that I spent previously on smoking, I now can put aside and spend it for my hobbies, like buying manga or buying video games. Also good. But this budget is only when I buy new series in bulk or complete series. The budget for new monthly releases is less strict. There I buy just whatever comes out each month and might suit my taste. But this process has gotten a bit problematic over the last years. Because if you only collect a few series with this behavior, it's fine. But the more series you read, the more new monthly releases will come out and the more you need to spend. So your finances will be like a bubble. It will become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger with every new series that you add towards your list. And sometime it will blow up. To counteract that, I've gotten stricter with series and now only try to collect good series, like 7 out of 10 or above. I reflected on that last year because my financial bubble almost exploded. The reason was I had a lot of extra costs because I went for the first time on vacation since the pandemic. So even though a 6 out of 10 read is per se not bad and I had fun while reading it, I am now rarely nowadays continue collecting it. I also try to collect not that many luxury or hardcover editions at once because they are also expensive. But what to do with a series that I bought and either didn't enjoy or didn't want to collect anymore because it fell off, for example. I sell them off. Even though I sell them off at a loss, it's still better than putting them in some boxes and storing them somewhere where they're never going to see the light of day again. Also, it is nice to know that maybe someone else will be having fun with the volumes you sold off while you made some money back. Win-win situation for both parties. This money I also use as funds to buy new manga. Who could have thought about that possibility? I sell my manga on a site that I trust because I don't trust randos on eBay or don't want to get scammed while selling stuff there or buying stuff there. Plus, I can buy used manga on that site. Because buying used manga is also a great way to get more volumes for your money. Buying used books is great because if a person reads them with care and respect, like humans should do, then the books look basically as you. maybe a bit yellow, but still readable. So, in the end, how do you get funds for your hobbies? Earn money, try to budget, and sell manga that you don't like anymore. You can also buy used manga and get more volumes for the same amount of money. Chapter 3: Shelving and the setup of your collection. In the last part of this video, I will talk about shelving and the setup of your collection. Because when you buy manga that you really enjoy, you want to display them properly. First and foremost, you need to know one thing. There will never be enough room and space for your collection if it's growing over time. In my case, this was especially a problem because my room is in the attic, and because of that, the walls in my room weren't straight. And there were only two spots in the room where I could put some mid-sized shelves. But my mom gave me a great idea. I used some wooden crates from IKEA that she gave me, and in those crates the normal sized paper bags fit in perfectly. But the most important thing about those crates was that I could stack them on top of each other, and so I could build shelves with a variable height. Another bonus of those crates were that they have a wooden look to them, and I quite like this look, and it makes my collection look really unique in my opinion. Let's say it like this: at least I haven't seen anyone else online who has the same setup similar to mine. But the setup has a big negative. Buying all these crates is more expensive than buying your standard shelves. You also need to have enough crates for each manga size. Larger term sizes means larger crates, and larger crates means more money. After you have shelves, you need to secure space where you can put those shelves. And if your manga collection is growing at a steady rate, then at some point you won't have enough space. For example, I needed to move my manga out of my attic room because I ran out of space. And either this month or maybe next month, I will move my collection again. The setup you can see in this video and you saw in my last manga short is just a temporary one. I am currently renovating my old room in which I lived when I was a kid. This room has a very high ceiling and will then be only dedicated to manga when it's finished. But if you are limited with your location and can't move rooms, how can you still get or save space? Again, selling off manga that you don't like is a good option. You get extra funds and extra space. You could put more series on display that you like. If you don't want to sell your series, then you can at least put them in some box and put them away somewhere. But be mindful when storing books and do it properly. You also, if you have the right size of shelves, you can double stack your volumes. This means that you have two rows of manga instead of one. And with that process, you can store double the manga in your shelf compared to single rows. This is especially good for big chunker series like Naruto, Bleach, or One Piece. And one last tip. Before you buy a series, when you're making an informed purchase, find out what the length of the series is and ask the question, do I have enough shelf space to fit in 40 extra volumes? Because when I like the series, I want to collect the whole series. So 40 volume space I need at a minimum. So, what are tips and things that you should or could do to maintain a big manga collection? Inform yourself about what you want to buy with the following goals. Know what you like, and if a whole series is available, don't fall into the trap of out of print series. And you need to check if you have enough shelf space for the series. Try to budget your spendings and funds for manga. If you don't like a manga that you've bought, or a whole series even, you can sell them off and get some of the money back and reclaim the space that was lost. To save money buying used manga is a great option. But also in the end, these are just my tips for maintaining my collection. So if you have better ways, ideas, and tips, you can just tell them in the comments, because I have also a lot to learn and optimize in that regard. Thanks for watching the video. Consider liking the video and subscribing towards the channel.